Creating presentations in Canva. To get started, click on Templates or search for Educational Presentations and choose Presentations from here. So here I'm working from a Canva template, and at the moment I have page 1 of the template open. I can click here to see a preview of all of the other templates in this series or in this particular presentation that I can use. So I can click to apply all 15 pages, or I can add blank pages and then apply the individual template pages that I would like to use. Now I'm ready to start editing the pages that I have inserted into the presentation. In Styles, I can click and apply different color schemes, and I can press See All here for color palettes and try a few different palettes out. I can still change the color of individual pages later if I wish also. Now I've decided on my color, I'm ready to start editing the text. So I'm going to add in my own text here and make changes where necessary. You may find that some fonts are set to all caps. So to change that, you can type in your text and then you're going to select the 3 dots and unclick the capitalization. Now I'm just going to edit some of the images on the screen to make it more attractive and more appealing for my class. So I'm going to do that by inserting elements. Once I'm happy with my first presentation slide, I might like to copy some of the text formatting over onto another slide. I can do this by pressing on the 3 dots and choosing the paint roller. This is known as format painting if you were using something like Word. Now I'm just going to edit this slide for use with my own class by making a few changes. Now we're ready to move on to the next slide, and here I'm going to make some changes to add my co-teachers and SNAs. So I'm going to pop in those details here now. If you would like to alter multiple text boxes at once, press down the Shift key while you are clicking, and this will allow you to highlight multiple elements or text boxes at one time. You can see that there's a space for an image where you can see a landscape and a cloud. So if you want to upload your own images here, you can, and they will simply pop into those spaces. Now I would like to duplicate a slide that I've already used and alter it to use it later in the presentation. So I press the duplicate button and I can drag it into its new position here and then make changes as I wish. Sometimes when adding elements, they can go on top of one another and it can be difficult to maneuver them. So here I'm locking the elements that I want to stay in place. So I'm locking icebreaker activity so that now when I go to move something near it, it doesn't move. Moving on to the next slide, we're going to make a week overview. So here I'm just going to change my text as I have done on previous slides. And the grid here is a little small, so I'm going to click and drag and highlight it all, and then just stretch it out using the arrow in the corner. So because I've highlighted all those elements together, it will resize them all at once. I only have 4 boxes here where I need 5 for the days of the week. So I'm going to copy these 2 boxes and paste them so that I have an extra space to type into later. I'm using the right click to access the copy and paste menus, but you can use keyboard shortcuts also. Now I'm just going to keep tidying up my design and altering it till I'm happy with it. When moving elements around, we can see that some small numbers appear on the screen. That is showing us the distance between the elements on the page. When we're working with a Canva template, sometimes elements of the template are movable, such as this white space here. So you can try out moving around those various elements if you wish. You will remember from earlier that I copied some white boxes so that I can add Friday. Now I need to add a text box layer on top of the white box. So to do that, I'm just copying and pasting the existing text boxes, but you could choose text from the menu on the left and add text boxes that way also. I'm doing it this way so that they're the same format as the ones that I've already inserted. This time I'm using keyboard shortcuts to copy and paste. Now moving on to the final slide, which is going to be about our class rules. We would like the students' input on the class rules. So I'm not going to change too much on this slide. I'm going to take out the existing boxes and leave the spaces blank so that I can get the class input. Now that the slides are ready, I can go back and add some animations. So here I can test out some animations on the left hand side, and I can apply them to individual slides or to the whole presentation. So you can see at the bottom, we can see apply to all pages. At the top, you can also see this timing of each slide. This is only important if you are planning to have your presentation timed, so that will automatically move to the next slide. But you can choose to present it in a standard mode. Autoplay will take into account your slide timings, or you have other options here also. So they're all ready within the present window, and when you click one of the options, it will present your presentation in full screen. And you can see that there are some pointers and other tools at the bottom of the screen that will pop up. When you are finished, don't forget to rename your design so that you can find it later. And on Canva, you can add a collaborator who might be a colleague of yours, who you might want to share the design with for their own use, or you might want them to proofread or check your work, for example. So here I'm just going to type in the email address for our colleague, and I can leave a short message asking for my work to be reviewed, for example. And up here I can change their settings, so I can change it so that this person can edit the piece of work, they can comment on it, or they can view it, very similar to Google Classroom sharing settings. You also have the regular share button here as well, so that you can download your design if you wish, and you have additional sharing options also. You also have the option to download your presentation as a PowerPoint or into your Google Drive, for example. So here you can see in the More menu that I have options for Google Drive, OneDrive, PowerPoint, etc. So there's a wide range there that you can take a look at. Again, you can just present from within Canva, but if you prefer to have a PowerPoint to put it maybe on your school drive or something, you can download that way.